Okay guys, what you're looking at here is a Maximum Motorsport adjustable rear sway bar for the Foxbody Mustang. But before I go into details on that, I want to show you this. I've already replaced the rear lower control arms with Maximum Motorsport control arms, and what I found was two of the bolts on the control arm where they connect to the axle were really badly chewed up like this here. Called the Ford dealership. Ford dealership said these bolts are discontinued. They don't carry them anymore. You cannot get them from the auto parts store like AutoZone, Advance, O'Reilly's, and places like that. So just by chance I called Maximum Motorsports up, and they do carry them. They come in a packet of 2. They cost $15.97 for the pack of 2. I went ahead and purchased 4 because I didn't know what the condition of the forward bolts would look like on the control arm. Just so happened the forward bolts were perfect. They were fine. There was no problem. It was only the 2 rear bolts where it connects to the axle that was in this condition right here. So before you swap out any control arm on your Foxbody Mustang, it may be a good idea for you to go ahead and pick up a couple of these bolts. Now, Maximum Motorsports charged me $6.50 for shipping. So for four bolts delivered to my door, and it came in a couple of days to Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee. It cost me $38.44 for 4 of those bolts with the new nut on the end of it. Now, that being said, adjustable rear sway bar. I'm getting ready to have this put on. This particular one here has the weld-in brackets for the chassis. That'll be this part right here on both sides. Now, Maximum Motorsports also has a bolt-in bar just like this one here, but the bracket bolts in instead of welds in. I think it's the same kit. It's just bolted in instead of welding it in. But anyway, this little plate here, it's only on here temporarily while this plate is being welded in place. So it holds this plate at the right angle. So once you bolt these 2 brackets on the axles in the back and take a jack and jack up on the front here to put pressure on it so that this right here sit flush against the chassis, then you can have it burned in. And once it's burned in or welded in, you can remove that plate and replace it with this piece. This is where the adjustability comes in at. So Monday I'm going to have it done over at Rocco's shop, which you heard me talk about Rocco in the last video that I've done. So I've already put the Maximum Motorsports coilover kit on it, and I also put their lower control arms on the rear. So all that's left is this sway bar, my pan hard bar, and my torque arm. And I'll do a video for each one of those as I get around to completing that installation process. So this right here is just a little update what I'm doing with the Foxbody. And I already have their stuff on the front, from their solid steering shaft, coilovers, their urethane bushings, and their solid rack mounts up front, and their strut tower brace, and their camber caster plates, which I can do a video on that later. So just thought you guys might be into, for those guys that are into Fox bodies, thought you might like to see this set up and know about those bolts and the things that I got going on with the Foxbody. So without further ado, until the next video, guys. Alright. Alright guys, I'm over here at Rocco's shop and he just burned in the brackets for me. And it took a little bit to get them fitted because the instructions were not 100% clear on fitting it. But he figured it out and he got the bracket in on the driver's side. And then over on the passenger side, you want to be careful about the gas line right there. You can see it bent out the way. So everything is real hot at the moment. But everything is in place. Now I have to stop on the way home to get some primer and paint to reseal everything. So here's the sway bar. Just hanging around, waiting on it to cool off. And there's the coilovers. Passenger side. And ball control on. But the star of the party is number 22. That's his race car.